So, guys, one of you asked me that Feldman's scorecard in favor of Keith Thurman. What do I think that should happen to that judge? Listen, I don't think the judge should be like sacked or he should be thrown out. I just think when there's a scorecard, right? That's everyone's saying that scorecard can't be right, right? That scorecard, there's no way, like, it was a close fight, right? It was a close fight in the sense that it was a clear winner, but the scorecards weren't that wide. Like, it wasn't 120, 108. It wasn't like that, or 118, 110. It was more like a 116, 112, or something like that, right? But need to sit down with him because most people thought Pacquiao won. Every man and his dog thought Pacquiao won the fight. This guy had Thurman winning by a point. He never had him winning by a massive margin. But nevertheless, no one had Thurman winning the fight. What I'm saying is someone needs to sit down with him. And that scorecard just needs to be looked into. You need to ask him, how did you get that scorecard? Because everybody else had Pacquiao winning. Nobody had Thurman winning the fight, apart from Winky Wright. But everyone else had Pacquiao winning that fight. So how did you see it the way you saw it? Go through it with him to find out how he got to that decision. Like that, if he can justify everything, not a problem. That's the way he saw the fight. But it was a wrong scorecard because there's no way Thurman won that fight. Yes, boxing is a very subjective sport, but there's certain things that there's no way, that Thurman won that fight. So we just want to know how he got that scorecard. It might not be corruption, might just be generally his point of view. What I'm saying is, I think that when it's a dodgy scorecard like that, you need to sit down with a judge, ask him, how did you get that scorecard? And it should be investigated. Not investigated in the sense that throw the judge away. Obviously, if there's any form of corruption, then yes, of course, throw him away. But if he can justify his card, then fair enough, rap on the wrist that it wasn't a good scorecard. But obviously he justified it. There was no corruption behind it. Like that, we know how he's got that scorecard. Right now, he's just scored the fight in favor of Thurman when everyone thought Pacquiao win, but there's been no clarity, nothing. We don't know what was going through his head, nothing. I'm not saying the public should be aware, but the people in charge, the administrators, the commission, whoever, they need to know how he got that scorecard. And that's why I think there needs to be a bit more thorough investigation into how these guys get these scorecards that are not, deemed to be correct. I think there should be an investigation. I think that's what should happen with Glenn Feldman's scorecard. I'm not saying throw him out and he should never judge again, or that's not what it is. What I'm saying is sometimes if he can justify how he's got that, it needs to be, then it's okay. He can justify it. He's made a bad mistake. He's made a mistake. Humans can make mistakes. We have bad days at the office. He's had a bad day at the office where he's made a mistake. You need to look at someone's past history as well. You need to look at what they've done. Apparently, this judge has done, has scored well in the past. He's a very experienced judge. So I'm not saying throw him away, but I just feel that you need to sit down with them and investigate how he got that scorecard, what happened, what made him score the fight the way he scored it, and if he can justify it, then fair enough. But because obviously he would know how he scored the fight. He would have in his head. He does it all the time. He's an experienced judge. He knows what he's doing. So he would be able to explain what he saw and how he scored it. So just to see there's no corruption, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be accountability, because there could be corruption in the game and we don't know. Now, a lot of people are accusing that judge of being corrupt and saying things about him, when really he might have just genuinely made a mistake. He might have genuinely seen the fight the way he saw it. But at least this way, we would know that, it's being sorted by a commission. They're looking into it. They're investigating it. But without doing that, it leaves a lot of debate. It leaves a lot of things in the air. Was he on the take? Which might not be the case. Whereas if they do an investigation, there's accountability, we will get to the bottom of it, you know, and that's what I think should happen in boxing, because when there's a decision that people are a bit saying that this is a bit iffy, I think there should be some kind of investigation, and that's what I feel, and that's how I feel about boxing. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think, and guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.